Hi, hey Russ here. Welcome back to my shop. Today I want to give you a double quick tip. Um, Everybody has a razor knife like this. And what I wanted to show you real quick is nothing more aggravating to be up on your ladder or up on the roof and you find out that the blade is dull and usually you have to do something, one or two things. Either flip the blade so you have the new edge, the other old half then is buried, or you have to put a new blade in there because you flipped it once. Well, I found that when you open this thing up and you go start looking for that blade, sometimes it's hard to tell whether you flipped that before or not. It's really hard to tell. But what I do now out of habit is I take a look at it when I pull it out. If there's a little X on there, that means that this blade has been flipped once and it's time to replace it. Now, what I do is that when I open it up, if that blade does not have an X, then what I do is I flip the blade because I know that side is new still, and then I put an X on it, and I put it back together. And then I know I can go for another round on the other half of the blade, so I can use both halves, and I know for sure I'm having a sharp blade as I switch it out. If you open it up and that thing has an X on it, that means I have to replace it. Well, it has a little carrier area here. Again, imagine when you're up on your ladder or on the roof when you have to have this problem. And so I carry one blade, I put electrical tape on it, and I set it into that little reservoir area that's designed to hold these. I used to just put the blade in there and had 2 or 3 blades with me, but the problem is they rattle around in there, and actually that edge would get dull. And so when all of a sudden I switch it out, the blade is worse than it was the one I took off. And so I found that I only keep one. I keep a little piece of tape on it to protect the edge. And now when I'm ready, that blade will be sharp if I have to turn to that blade instead of flipping it. So at this point, that makes it really easy to change out my blade. And no matter where I'm at, I can take and switch that blade out at least one time so that I can continue with a sharp blade if I need to without having to stop in the middle of doing something. Quick tip, OTB Thinker moment about your razor knife. Also, real quick, number 2 is I just bought this. I got it at Michael's craft store. They're a craft store here in Wisconsin, I think throughout some of the other Midwest states. But it's just a little silicone cupcake holder. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it down into 6 individual tubs. That way they're stackable, and I'll keep this with my glue stuff. And if I need a little tub to put glue in, this is going to be more than big enough. And then once I'm done, I can take the tub and set it up somewhere and let the glue dry completely so I can clean it out. And I have spares, so I can have 2 or 3 that are drying, and I can still have one if I have to grab one to do some glue ups. So it'll be nice having several. They're all the same so that they'll be easy to always have one ready. And I like the color because this is going to be a lot easier to see when it's sitting around than the other ones I used to use. Anyway, silicone. It is your friend, and I like these. These are going to make great little glue tubs for when you're using a brush or something to do a glue up. Anyway, OTB Thinker moment number 2. I want to thank you for stopping by. I hope this was helpful. If you have any comments or want to talk about anything how you do it, I'd love to hear it. Along with anybody else that watches this video, I'm sure they also would like to hear it. So, if you like this video, please say so. Most importantly, come back again because there's plenty more to go. We're nowhere near done. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you.